Hello everyone, I'm Raven from Raven Comics. Today, we're going to begin one of the best stories from Marvel Comics, Superior Iron Man. In this series, we witness one of the darkest versions of Tony Stark, as he uses all his intelligence for his own benefit, without caring about the harm he causes to others. This is Superior Iron Man issue number 1. Previously, industrialist Tony Stark was one of the smartest and wealthiest men on the planet. Wearing his high-tech armor, he protected Earth as the invincible Iron Man. During a world-threatening battle against a powerful psychic Red Skull, Iron Man and an army of superheroes defeated the villains. But the psychic aftermath altered the personalities of those on the battlefield. While most were eventually restored, a more sinister Tony Stark resisted reverting, and he has special plans for the world he once swore to protect. We begin with Iron Man flying through the skies in a black and yellow suit. Extremis 3.0, a technovirus designed to transform you into your best self. More beautiful, stronger, healthier. It was delivered via an app to every internet-connected person in San Francisco. In that moment, as the city downloaded the perfection they had always dreamed of, Tony Stark became their messiah. However, like many newly converted zealots, he was blind to the truth. Just then, Iron Man arrives in the city to respond to an incident. We see She-Hulk catching a vehicle before it crashes to the ground, surrounded by a shocked crowd. Iron Man asks her what's going on. She-Hulk explains it's a kid calling himself Teen Abomination. Iron Man remarks that's a terrible name. She-Hulk says she told him that. He didn't take it well. At that moment, the boy appears, a gamma-infected monster. Iron Man immediately asks why he chose that name. She-Hulk interrupts, explaining the boy was exposed to a small amount of gamma radiation. He's nowhere near the real Abomination's strength, but still pretty strong. Tony asks, how strong? And just then, the kid delivers a massive punch to She-Hulk's face, sending her flying. She crashes into a wall and replies to Tony, pretty strong. Teen Abomination rips out a light pole, ready to strike Iron Man. Tony says, before I beat you down and embarrass you in public, let's talk about names and why they matter. But before he can finish the sentence, Teen Abomination delivers a powerful blow to Iron Man's head. His helmet goes flying. He'd been decapitated in a single strike. She-Hulk screams Tony's name, thinking her friend has just been killed, but he hasn't. From the ground, the eyes of the armor light up and Tony's voice is heard. She-Hulk realizes the truth. It was just a remote-controlled suit. Tony Stark had never been there. The suit itself retrieves its head from the ground. Teen Abomination watches, utterly confused. Then, just before reattaching the head, Iron Man blasts the kid with a chest beam, sending him flying and crashing into the pavement. The teen realizes he never fought the real Tony Stark. Iron Man mocks him. Come on, kid. Really? You think I'd waste my time on someone calling himself Teen Abomination? The kid, emotionally crushed, confesses he did all this just to get Tony's attention. He wanted Stark to notice him, to care enough to stop him. Tony simply replies, I didn't. Then, with a powerful blow from his helmet, he knocks the villain out cold. As he suits back up, She-Hulk scolds Tony for hitting the kid that hard, but he doesn't even respond. She asks if he was ever going to tell her he wasn't inside the suit. Tony replies that it would have ruined the special feeling of teamwork. Then he asks if she'd mind handling the cleanup on her own. She asks if he has something better to do. That's when we find out where Tony Stark really was all along. At his mansion, lounging in the middle of the pool with a cocktail in hand, chatting through his comms. The place is packed with people enjoying a poolside afternoon. A woman approaches him and asks why he's smiling. Tony replies, because I just took down a villain and saved downtown San Francisco. The woman asks when he did that. Tony answers, while I was sunbathing and drinking my cocktail. He bursts out laughing, but the moment doesn't last. He hears a familiar voice call his name. It's Pepper Potts. Tony invites her to join him and his friends in the pool. Pepper asks if he even knows the name of a single person there. He says nothing. She tells him they need to talk. The scene shifts to Tony Stark's lab. He enters with a towel, while Pepper is already there, seated and waiting. She complains about waiting nearly an hour. Tony claims it wasn't easy getting all the guests to leave. Pepper asks if he's drinking again. Tony says yes, he's drinking a lot, to make up for all the sober years. Then he asks how he can help her. Pepper asks what he's working on. Tony responds, Endosim armor. Intelligent liquid metal. Hardens instantly on connection. No tech interface required. The bonding is fully psionic. I pulled some building blocks from a symbiote. Total neural startup. Pepper warns that combining armor with a symbiote could be dangerous. But Tony is thrilled with his invention. Then Pepper reveals the real reason she came, the Extremis app. She asks if he's considered the consequences it could have. Tony, slightly annoyed, says thanks to the app, he's turned San Francisco into a paradise. Pepper argues it's the opposite. People have become irresponsible, consumed by excess. Then it worked perfectly, Tony replies. Pepper, furious, says he doesn't understand what he's done. Out there, many people can't afford Extremis. Tony has created a superior class, but in doing so, he's also created an inferior one, now exposed and vulnerable to exploitation. And it's happening. On the streets, Extremis-enhanced people are abusing others who don't even have phones to download the app. We see a group about to beat a homeless man when Daredevil arrives to stop them. Matt Murdock steps in front of the group, but something strange happens. One of the wealthy people starts to scream, something's wrong. It's gone. Something's gone. Back at Tony's lab, he finishes suiting up in his new nanosymbiote armor. He tells Pepper, "You don't have to worry. The city will return to how it was. I'm not in the business of giving things away, and I intend to make a lot of money." Pepper asks what he means. Tony says she'll see. Then Pepper hears people screaming outside. She rushes out to find the remaining guests in a panic. One woman cries, "It's gone." Pepper turns to Tony. "What did you do?" A phone hits the floor. Tony answers, "What did I do? I just launched the cornerstone of the new Stark Industries. I let everyone feel perfection." Pepper picks up the phone and sees a notification. Extremis 3.0's free trial has ended. To renew their subscription, $99.99 per day. Pepper asks if he realizes what people might do to come up with that kind of money every single day. Tony simply says, "I want to find out," and flies away in his new suit. The scene shifts. Pepper is now speaking to someone. "You warned me." Tony always said his greatest fear wasn't that the wrong people would get their hands on his tech, weapons, friends, even lovers. When he told me what it was, I thought it was just ego. But now I understand. The nightmare scenario has come true. His mind has been taken. We need to activate the contingency plan. The voice on the other end replies, "Understood." "All right, Pepper. This is what we planned for." Pepper was speaking to the original Iron Man suit. Thank you so much for watching this comic. Don't forget to leave a comment suggesting another comic you'd like us to upload. Give the video a like, and subscribe to the channel to enjoy more stories like this every day, featuring your favorite characters from Marvel and DC Comics. See you in the next video.